Hey YouTube, coming at you with a team by Mark, who's a content creator and longtime subscriber and submitter to the channel, using a strategy that I mentioned in the video. So what I mentioned in the video is that I wanted to try I was talking about why I like Scizor so much. You've seen Scizor in like 15 videos already. And the reason that I like Scizor so much is because it only has one weakness. It is weak to fire because the typing helps offset a lot of the other weaknesses that the individual ones have. So Steel is weak to ground and fighting. Bug resists those. Bug is weak to rock, which Steel resists that. And maybe another one, but that still resists. But otherwise, they just share a weakness in fire, and so it's double weak to fire. And so I'm like, I bet you could use a team that only has, and what makes these Pokemon so strong is if you don't see that weakness, you have a lot of just like ability to play, and that's why Scizor is so strong. And I'm like, I bet you can run a team that only has Pokemon with one weakness each, and it will do very well. And I never tested it out, but he did. So it's Quagsire, Drapion, Scizor. Quagsire is only weak to grass. Again, double weak to grass. Drapion only weak to ground. And then Scizor only weak to fire. So in the write-up, he says, in one of your past videos, you mentioned trying to run a team of Pokemon with each with one weakness, and I have been having the same thought for a while, and I decided to put it in practice. ABC style team where both Pokemon in the back functionally cover the lead weakness. Yeah, that's true. I went 8-2 with this team between the two sets, and it actually should have been 9-1 if I didn't get a 2-turn leg on Ring-In against Reggie with my Scizor. They got 2 Dragon Breaths in before I get 1 Bullet Punch. This game. These battles are fully... yep. I've been doing this... I've been doing this since his video a couple months ago. Oh, about the 1-turn leg. Yeah. The Elcum... the trick, so you basically kind of tap out of your game and then tap back in, and you don't get leg. And I mentioned that, I think, in my video maybe yesterday or 2 days ago now, maybe. I talked about it, and it works like 8 out of 10 times for me. This team is very glassy as it is triple shadow, so counting and energy management is very important. Okay, let's, with the concept in mind and understanding how the team works, let's see it in action. Great lead against Clodsire, so they will likely jump out of here, and they jump out into Primeape. Because you don't have, this is the correct chip here, because you do not have a good answer for Primeape. So going to end up catching on Drapion, the Rage Fist, so that is resisted on the Dark, which is a nice catch. Now, close combat will one-shot you if they decide to go that route, so going to, non-stab Ice Punch is still neutral, so boosted Shadow on Shadow here may have cost you there. How badly do we want to keep Switch? And the answer is very badly. Quagsire obviously has such a good matchup against Clodsire, and even if Clodsire comes back in here, it's not like it can Poison Sting down, because that is resisted on our poison, so they're going to have to throw, or else we are going to get to 3 Aqua Tails and take it out. So here comes the first Aqua Tail. It lands. Let's see if they end up making a catch. So nice kind of catch there. Oh, geez. Going into the Quagsire, it is an Air Slash Mandibuzz at that. So Quagsire here has the Stone Edge. Being able to land that is pretty big, and get to the Aqua Tail because they are, looks like, over farming a little more than they should be. This will take out, and now this game is essentially over. They may have an Earthquake which takes you out, but Scizor and Drapion should be able to cover the rest here. I'd maybe just go Scizor and just try and like out. Oh, there's your 1 turn. There's the. That's essentially what you do. You tap out of it, and then you tap back in, and it causes you to not 1-turn leg. Stone Edge does land to take out the Drapion, going for the Trailblaze. This is neutral as well, and will boost the Bullet Punch. Not that you need it. Quagsire into Stunfisk. So another great lead. They're going to have to get out of this matchup, and they get out into Golisopod. So coming in here, baiting. So the reason we're baiting is because we're going to get outpaced if we don't, quite honestly. We were 1 turn behind. X-Scissor, Aqua Jet are both neutral. Fury Cutter is adding up. So we essentially had to bait, and they still get to another move, eh? Jeez. So I guess we were 2 behind by the time we made that switch, and we're going to lose switch here. It's tough. You could come in and Mud Shot, or just come in and resist a Bullet Punch. Get ahead on energy on one of these two. It doesn't really matter which one. The only concern here is that you're showing your back Pokemon. And now you just lost switch against a Stunfisk. So I'm worried that they may have an answer to Quagsire in the back. So end up catching a move here. I feel like this is going to be borderline sacrificing this. Yeah, Airquinid in the back. At least we have Stone Edge here. This is a bug Pokemon, which is weak to rock, so this will be super effective despite our Mud Shot being resisted. And it looks like a CMP tie there. You're a way better cannon than I am, that's for sure. Bubble Beam, so now they're going to take you out. Just chip here if you can. You cannot. Their fast moves are resisted. I really don't want to take a Bubble Beam here to lower my attack for no reason. And now we need a Trailblaze to land. And they're going to get to a move. We can shield up. Probably still in a Trailblaze though before they get to the next move. So it is super effective. Your Shadow, it is non-stab. Trailblaze isn't a good move in general, but yeah, 1 HP. That's kind of what I was worried about. It's just not a good move. It does boost your attack. It was super effective. Trailblaze is just a bad move. It doesn't have good damage associated with it. Lapras going in immediately to Drapion. Quagsire is overall an evenish matchup, especially with Stone Edge. But you do have 2 Pokemon in the back that resist Psywave. Drapion resisted on the Dark, Scizor resisted on the Steel. So taking the resisted moves there, not bad. Do take the move. Again, giving up switch. Yeah, Drapion's pretty solid as a safe swap, but they clearly don't have an amazing answer. They did chip, and they will be able to take you out here. See how much they did. Not a lot of extra farm. So Quagsire should come in, and how aggressive do you want to be here? Because if you can just not throw a move and just shield or let it go too. Okay, or let it go, yeah. And it is a Dusclops in the back. And then you could have just like over farmed. So I think you had the idea. The only problem is this thing really spams. I honestly thought you were going to just play the lead out here. Like, I thought you were just going to play out the Quagsire matchup, just being able to spam Mudshot Aqua Tails. As opposed to giving up switch here, having to burn 2 shields. So now, even though Psywave is resisted, it's going to put some pressure on you with the Sparkling Arias here. I guess they are pretty low. And they try and catch, and they do make a catch on the Clodsire. It's a nice catch there. But you do have a second move. You got to bank it. Oh, and the attack sharply rose too. That sucks. Attack sharply rose. Gonna sacrifice this and hope you just outpace the 2 Night Slashes. Or just farm down. Ooh. Get the farm down for the win. Swampert. I mean, if you're going to see a Swampert, this is probably where you want to see it. You have no choice but to go Aqua Tails here. You do have pace, 5-4 versus 5-5. So we're going to get to 2 moves here. Probably just going to go back to back because there's no point of trying to CMP because you're going to lose that. So you have to go right away. Yep. I just talked about this in a video yesterday. It's towards the end of the video, so it's like 16, 17 minutes in. I talk about knowing when to CMP like that and knowing when not to CMP like that versus just throwing the move. And that is just correct. Throw the move there to chip. So grab a shield. Had to keep alignment because Scizor, double weak to fire, is just going to get lit up. Going to respect even a Flyer Brave Bird. Unfortunately, it's a Flame Charge. And that is tough because they'll live 1 Aqua Tail. And these Flame Charges are going to add up. Like the Incinities are going to start adding up. Now you will be able to take it out. So they eventually let it go. Going to throw the Night Slash. I mean, they're going to throw the Rock Tomb and lower your attack. I was actually surprised you didn't just try to commit to the commit to the full farm down and come out with 2 Night Slashes. Now letting it Yeah, letting them take you out because the only concern was this is what the only concern. Yeah, this is why I was concerned that you would have let the Talonflame come in, incinerate you, get extra energy as opposed to having 2 Night Slashes. You could have maybe taken it out if you denied them, but letting it go, getting an extra Poison Sting through on the Drapion, allowing you to get to 2 moves here to take that Talonflame out. So we have a Ferret that has Trailblaze. Now do we try and catch this one and catch here? Nope. And it could be a Trailblaze. So now we have to respect it. Now it's prime for bait. No, okay, they did go straight Trailblaze, so that's okay. That allows us to... they're probably going to get to the next move before you do. So yeah, I was about to say, still need to determine whether you want to bait like a shield here or catch. And is a catch, they just go Swift. Fortress comes in. Poison Sting resisted, Crunch neutral. Can we get to another Crunch? That's tough. And where do you go from here? I guess Quagsire. Don't want to let them get a Sand Tomb off. So just going for the Aqua Tail right away. Not enough to take out. And they do get to move at this point. Does not matter. You just let this go. Instant swap. Keep it alive. Yeah. And there is your Regi. I mean, you said you lost the Regi matchup. Have to throw it right away. So you're saying they got two Dragon Breaths here and you didn't get a move off? Or are you saying maybe here you didn't get a Bullet Punch off and they got 2 to take you out? So make a catch. Oh, and now you just get 2 turn denied here. Yeah, it did look like a few Dragon Breaths went through. That sucks. Stupid game. Steelix, good lead. Annihilate comes in. So we're probably going to do the same thing we did with the Primeape and at least chip here because we don't have a good answer for this. Instantly coming in Scizor. Just because we're going to outspam, we can shield back on the Rage Fist and just outspam to the Night Slashes. And I'm going to throw immediately. There's no point of taking extra boosted counter damage here. And they do shield. Do get the farm down. Where do you want to take it on? Coming with the Drapion, hopefully they're not at close combat and just a Rage Fist. Ice Punch. Man, so many of these are running Ice Punch now. Steelix comes in. Do you almost just go Quagsire knowing they're going to have an answer? And yeah, okay. It's the Mandibuzz. Going to get a Stone Edge off. Mandibuzz is just slower charging with that Air Slash. So they'll get to move here. I think you shield. I don't think Aqua Tail takes out though, so I think you still need to throw the Stone Edge. Yeah, so throwing the Stone Edge here. Don't really have a choice. Not going to be able to take out with the Aqua Tail. They do have a move, although these moves are garbage. So unless it's a Crunch, you can probably live a Psychic Fangs, Instant Swap. Trying to outspam to the Aqua Tail. You do. I don't know if an Aqua Tail takes out from this range. It is super effective. Oh, it does take out. I'm actually surprised it did that much damage. Nice. Stunfisk, another good lead. So definitely getting some good leads with this Quagsire. It is a Drapion. No, Jesus. It is a Dragonair. Where the Dragon Breath is being resisted on the Steel. Getting off the move. Taking it out immediately. So keeping switch and a lot of health. Out comes the Stunfisk. You're going to try and chip here. Yeah, the only concern without... Yeah, or you're just going for the shield. Yeah, the only concern was like if you didn't throw, they were going to get to a move and you had to burn a shield. They still may just let this go. Yeah, I'm not surprised. They're just going to 2-shield whatever's in the back. They know they have no matchup against a Quagsire here. So if they've got some sort of grass or something in the back here, they're just going to try and run with it. Flyer. Yeah, okay. So you came in with Drapion right away. This is one I probably bait. And the reason I bait that is because their shadow, your shadow, they know you have a Mud Boy on the front. So they're probably going to shield up everything from Drapion here. Almost everything. Gonna let that go. They know, I think they kind of knew that Quagsire had Stone Edge, so they had to leave one shield for it. But given how glassy Pidgeot is, I thought they would just shield anyways. Okay. Oof. So we swapped out of the lead matchup against the Dusclops. And in the mid game came Tink. I guess this should not be surprising, right? If you have a Dusclops, you have an answer to Dark. So it should not be surprising that, or normal. And Tink fits that bill perfectly. So do get off 3 Aqua Tails, which is a ton of damage. And now just going for the flip a switch. Interesting. Are you hoping that they have a second Steel in the back here? Golisopod comes in. Oof, Golisopod's tough. You have to almost hope they let that go. Yeah, this is tough. Where do you go from here? Oink Scizor. X Scissors resisted. So, Fury Cutter's resisted. They have to throw Aqua Jet. Your charge moves are neutral. I'm trying to just bank energy there. Just going to sacrifice Quagsire and just trying to sweep with energy on Scizor. They eventually get out of that and just catching on this. I think they're just going to save shields for... they'll probably just save shields for the Golisopod. So letting 2 moves go there. Going to take you out. What are we going to do? Just Bullet Punch down? Do they have a move? I have no idea. They do have a move. That's unfortunate. Not enough to take you out. And we do have 2 moves. Gotta deny them, hopefully. Gonna boost your attack with Trailblaze and then land a Night Slash here. Do they not have energy? I thought the Golisopod had more energy than that. But they let you take him out with the Night Slash. Maybe they didn't. Maybe. Tentacruel. Okay, you're getting a lot of good leads, my man. Tentacruel. Another poison lead. Few poison leads, few electric leads. Scald. Got a chip. Are they running Poison Sting? Is that why so fast? Or you just overformed a bunch? Yeah, I guess you overformed a bunch. Here comes the Stone Edge. Now it's just Aqua Tail range. So this will take out or grab a shield. Let's see what they decide to do here. Do let it go. Can we get to a move? We can. That's huge. We can keep alignment because we cannot have Drapion face this. Although Scizor really doesn't want to take any moves either, but you could just match shields here, but they're going to probably outpace to the next move. Or CMP here. Yeah, it would have been CMP, so opting to go for the extra Bullet Punch. And now we can throw here. Oh, or just farm down. And what do they have? A Dedenne in the back. That lands, so that's nice, because now it's just Aqua Tail range. And you know what? It's probably just Fast Move range. It'll be close, because they're going to boost their defense now. So no, now it's Aqua Tail range, yeah. See, these are the types of decisions you need to make on the fly. Should I just fast move? Oh, the Dene's here. I should just fast move down. Oh, no, I'm not going to make the fast move down. I need to get to 2 charge moves. Like those are kind of like in-game analysis that you need to make on the fly there. And another Stunfisk. Okay. Getting those content creator leads. Just kidding. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of good leads. Driflim comes in, which is obviously Drapion is a great answer to Driflim. Gonna respect the Icy Wind, their shadow, your shadow. You're gonna just outpace here. Icy Wind did lower your attack. It is still super effective in your both shadows, so I imagine it still takes out. And if the Stunfisk comes in, the Aqua Tail is still super effective. So your attack is lowered, but this will still chip. And they did not get to move off before you get to a move here. Maybe they're just going to try and get to 2 moves here. Yeah, they're just over farming to get to 2 moves. 1 for this, maybe 1 to chip Quagsire, depending what's in the back. If they have an answer for it or not. If they don't have an answer, they'll probably chip here. But they'd probably just instantly have an answer. It is the Golisopod. Fury Cutter's resisted. Looks like you're going to get outpaced though. Because of that 1 turn advantage of their swap first. So just going for the Night Slash. Hoping to live an Aqua Jet from this range. You may live with like 1 HP. Nope. You are too glassy. And do outpace because it only took us 8 to get there. This will take out. And then they'll have a move on the Stunfisk, but they are very low. And they're going to need at least 1 more after this. And they just dumped, so I doubt that they're going to get to it before you. Oh, they do get to it before you. Man, Stunfisk is spammy. And living with 1 HP on the Quagsire, I might as well say. I know your record, so spoiler alert, I knew you lived that, but 1 HP, I thought that may have taken you out. So, yes, the team in theory makes sense. I like the 1 weakness each. I like that it does cover each other's weakness, right? Quagsire double weak to grass, and you have 2 grass covers. Scizor double weak to fire, and you have 2 Pokemon with water moves. Everything makes sense. Damn, is it glassy, which you already acknowledged. So it does take some kind of moving around there. I'm trying to think there's any other Pokemon that fit the bill of only 1 weakness here. All your mud boys, because they're just double weak to grass. Normal typing. Sorry, yeah, that's an obvious one. Normal typing. Normal is only weak to fighting. So Ferrets, anything that's a pure normal. Ferret, Lickitung, Dunsparce, those are all just single weak to fighting. So you can put 1 of those in. If you want a little more bulk, like put in Ferret. Too bad Lickitung's not meta anymore, but that could have given you a lot more bulk on this team. Otherwise, what are other Pokemon? It would have to be a Pokemon that... Because I'm pretty sure normal is the only typing that has 1 weakness. I think everything else has at least 2. If I'm wrong, whoever plays main series games, please correct me. It's not even the main series games, just like off the top of my head. I think everything has at least 2 or more. So you would need a Pokemon that would have like one of these offsetting resistances. And I don't know what it would be. So yeah, if you have any others that fit the bill for this strategy, drop it in the comments below. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Hope you guys are having a good weekend, and I will see you in the next one.